Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Hunters or Heroes or Hunters of Justice. I always mix up which one it is. Hi, I'm Tracy, and I'm here with trestwho.
Hello?
You have heard the notification that I am live from two sides. I mean, hopefully, you have heard it from your side on YouTube, and you have heard it from Will. And for some reason, we have a fair and happy music. I mean, I can imagine the Joker using this music to mess with Batman. But he is supposed to be in Arkham right now. We saw him being taken away.
He probably sounded a little more twisted.
But we know there are multiple clouds in the Gotham, so... The main clan here is me, that's because I am raiding it. So let's get some actual normal theme for the theme. For the whole thing. There you go. Because we are gonna follow the others who have been making their way to the Lex Corporation. Or I don't know where they are, but they were going somewhere. We didn't meet everyone. Chapter 33. Cold-hearted. Ren, Nora, Retrovin, and Spoiler. Yeah, them. They didn't, we didn't see where they went. We can jump across the Gotham roofs, making their way toward the uptown financial district. Reaching high into the atmosphere, with numerous skyscrapers, and each embedded with loads of various companies, both Gotham, brand, and international. Each chemical processing, the scope branch of it, the alarms, and many more. Towering above them, however, was a two-story star and glass building with a tiny hole in its center. At the top of the floors were towers that were connected, and the large shielded blue and gray lit W that embedded in its center, Wayne Enterprises, with them heart and soul. Fitting that it was sitting squarely in the district center. But, as much as Red and Nora liked looking at the building, they were more focused on the building just a few blocks away. In contrast to Way's building more Gotham style architecture, the Gold Core building was considerably more modern in appearance. Would you say that the W building is not modern? I wouldn't say it's not modern either, but sure. The glass and sharp light covered the building from head to toe, with skin got logo stamped across the top. And with the buildings around it, the lights inside were shut off, preventing any of the heroes from seeing inside. But that wasn't much of an issue for them, as they each appeared through the mask camera imaging. Yeah, and this side. Hardly anyone inside. Oh, anything. That means someone is inside. Watching a few scans, security guards, patrol the guards. What did you expect? It's nearly midnight. Sarah pointed out. Here's the point. I said. Besides, you guys didn't you guys think that Gotham was robbed? Yes, and I will apply. But we can never be too careful. Control has a history of less than legal proceedings, just like any other corporation in Gotham. So forgive me if I'm not suspicious of them. I mean, they even blamed Wayne Corporation because where did he get all that money from, right? The pink lightning and Rat and Loot discussed that Ratterman's words for a minute, then nodded in agreement. They both, of course, knew that what Ratterman was referring to, or at the very least, the basics of it. Glucose found a fine boil, but a truly monstrous man who drew someone to villainy, and was now going to pay. I would say looked away in Rikers Island. Joseph badly recovered from the scandal and had been running in a near non-stop PR campaign to restore his image ever since. Which is why Laura didn't really accept Settlement's suspicions. If Joseph knew everyone was watching them like a hawk, why would they knowingly engage in criminal activity? It doesn't make any sense. So, actually, it would make sense because it would literally be the negative logic of, oh yeah, you wouldn't think I would be doing it because you are watching me. And we know that you are watching you. You know that we know that you are watching me. Any idea on how to get inside? I mean, you can use the front door. For that, as she moved to higher perch, a guy was looking over the city, was the city scene from far below. Nora moves to suggest an option, but the Roman beat her to the punch. Also, the security has been military suddenly, and not finding any horse. And Roman remained, hopping away at a race mountain possession. But I think there's a hole in the roof. I mean, probably the air conditioner, not air conditioner, but the air vent. The alert? Yeah, that! What else? And then I'm in. Okay. And then you got this toothwash too. I don't think we need to do that. Dora pointed out. Why don't we just go to the front door? Suddenly the two picked up some commotion coming from a nearby dinner party. They looked down and saw through the examiner optics that an old man with a thick backpack had just broken through the door of the establishment, holding two pistols connected to a bag to thin cables. Mr. Freeze? If it's connected to a pack, it's not a pistol, I would assume.
I'm not sure where it shoots yet.
Yeah. Nobody move! He ordered, coming from what appeared to be a waiter to the ground. Now, who among you wants some flavor? I am Mr. Hyde Ketchup. Though the heroes needed any further invitation, and they jump from the high rises and fast toward the party the open balcony. When they get closer, Catherine and Spoiler accidentally their caves into a glider. I mean, you are assuming that it is not part of the show of the establishment. Because the wording sounds like he is offering some flavoring, like condiments or something. Like in a pirate bar. You would assume that there would be pirates coming through and, give me your money! When they get closer, I come in and Spoiler accidentally their caves into glider, slowing the descent. My hand spent his and arms and lay silently. He pressed the button on his glove, and the wings were suddenly extended from his side, flattening into his limbs and allowing him to control his fall. The Rabbit didn't care much about slowing herself down. Instead, with a many grin on her face, he spotted in midair and fired a grappling hook towards the girl hanging over the balcony. He rolled it down like a swing, aiming straight for the balcony. It put her forward, and she rolled the line as far as she could before she let go, allowing the inertia to carry her the rest of the way. She learned from the Marvel character, who is not here. I mean, he can still appear as a crossover character. I mean, Spider-Man, or at least one of them. So they might know about him. I mean, if I say her, that's also fine. He will be a Spider-Man as well. She had been a roll on the balcony, and some of her arc. But her body's momentum was slow. Was as slow as it could possibly be. At the end of her roll, she pulled out my head. The momentum of her landing carried her through the open door, and right in the middle of the party. Stop right now, Kim! To announce her presence, it's not gleeful that she managed to meet her friends to the party. I mean, if you are coming in like that, and it is part of the kit that they have, I'm assuming that until proven otherwise, they might think that you are part of the skit as well. The screen turned into confusion as she finally saw the arm into them with an on to right, and found that the arm was a rush over exaggeration. What the moment? Then the man saw her and smiled her convincingly. Aha! A hero! Oh, how I relish this into skate. I knew it. I
You
knew
called
it.
it. Yeah, you called it.
There's no way a real Roman would talk like this. The sending this man turned to her. Why did you get up and must have gone towards her? Even the condiments. Nah, you stay right there. Or at least have the eye suffers because he wasn't crossing the condiment king. Yeah, it is part of the skate of the restaurant. It's like a Disney restaurant or something like that. They have these kind of things that when the characters are showing up. I'm playing that role. Even though I have never been to Disneyland and probably never will be because we don't have it, and I'm not going to America or somewhere else. There are multiple Disneylands I know, but they're currently what? And with that, as he and the others finally enter the party, I will listen in to the chat rooms. When they finally saw the villain, there's outlandishly in the bright blue onesie, as they could with see in the center of his chest, wearing a pink-like mask that left his face exposed on top of his head, and with several packs of ketchup and mustard that lined his arms. The variety looked across all their faces, bold and as high as you could. Do we have a picture of a condiment? I don't think we have one. I can check. No, we do have a condiment king. But oh, we need the other one. Okay, we have two of them. This looks more like a villain. But this one I'm assuming it's a mix of two. Because he's describing this outfit a little bit more with these weapons. I just get allocated, he muttered, under her mask, on the heels of horse and a weapon, arraying their hands calmly. Now literally all you can do is either say sorry and accept that you are being wrong, or become part of the play. Now sir, do the ketchup and mustard down, and then listen, slowly moving toward the condiment king. Stay back, or see if you can cut the mustard. The condiment king ordered, passing one of his guards to a hostage, while aiming the other toward the heroes. I know how to use this. I'm sure you do, the student, trying to play along with the critics of the man. But please, play it down before anyone gets hurt. No, the realizes, no, you don't use it like that. You put it on the food.
He's too disturbed for that.
Yeah, I'm still too 100% sure if it's actually part of the restaurant's play, or he is just crazy.
I know how to use this.
But because of his speech pattern, I was assume it's still part of the play. Not to yourself, the condiment king yapped and sat back, letting go of this hostage at the same time. If one directly right, he felt his condiment god into her face, and Nora stopped letting her text as she felt both ketchup and mustard hit her. No one made a sound, and only the swatting of the guns could be heard. Then almost completely, the steam died down, and Nora blinked. She rather made the mixture from her mask and looked at the completely covered side of her head. With a shrug, she leaned it off and smacked her lips. Tasty. She noted, then calmly walked over the condiment king and removed the gun from the man's hand. You know what? We're talking about condiment king, right? funny enough, this has been more in place for him.
Yeah.
I was jokingly using this as the start of the thing.
Let's go ahead and hold it for now.
The other man king had tried to reach around for it, but Han and Spoiler had already blocked his escape, making Nora's disarming easy. Now the wannabe villain was shaking. They tried to pull a false bravado, but Nora wasn't buying it. What's wrong? He asked, telling the man. No, nothing wrong. The man king innocent. I, the condiment king, am simply turning you to a life of crime, but the attorney has wronged me. Uh-huh. The nodded, and placed a hand on his shoulder, and pulling off his mask. He set his face, and he found the match. Michael? Tell me the truth. What's wrong? When I hear that, one thing comes to mind immediately. Michael, what's wrong?
Okay, yeah, I get it.
Michael Mayo looked at Nora for a few seconds. Then felt the walls he had hastily acted crashing down. Everything! He sobbed. Then he also letting tears for feeling. I lost my job at the factory. My wife left me after having an affair. She took the kids and Jordan amazed Michael Mayo, who immediately returned the hug and sobbed into her shoulder. There, he stood it, rubbing the back of his head and talking softly. It's okay, just let it out. Michael Mayo continued to sob, while the assailant parted ways and he also looked at with sympathy. And the man continued to sob, ignoring the blot of condiment leaving from Nora's face onto her shoulder. The hero's cry led the man out of the building. I'm sorry for the intrusion, and I apologized to the partygoers. And let's close the door behind them. I mean, even if this wasn't part of the plan for the party, the partygoers might think that it was part of it. And I'm assuming that the owner of the place will say that, yes, good job, give hands for my cameo, and his wonderful performance. Just to ease the guest. It was just nothing. He had no guns, he had just condiments, and all he did was push down the waiter, who might have been on the play. We don't have any proof of if it was a play or not, but in a way it was harmless. Okay, let's go back to the Dark Cat team because they know happy music. There we go. I hate my was down and was away. Yo. They waited with Michael at the bottom of the building for the police to arrive. After explaining the situation to an officer René Montoya, they left the scene while she escorted Michael home. No charges would be filed, and the night continued on as planned. Here, hand of Laura Tower, who yelled to read and wiped away the last message of compliment in her face. Hey, Sally, Laura said, wiping the rest away with the hand and handing it back. So, do you think this time we will face off against Seal Prince? Yeah, maybe. Despite herself, Spoiler couldn't tell much called. But maybe. They all laughed, they composed themselves. They were making their way back to their previous patch before the crop, and once they all arrived, the heroes quickly scanned the building for any entrances. We're going to have to sneak in, the cat on the ground. Do we? Yes, as far as you can. Yes, unfortunately, for I maintained, but no still wasn't convinced. Why is we just going and ask them? Yeah, if they have nothing to hide. But, oh yeah, they could just say that, okay, then where is your search warrant? Because in real life, you would need paperwork. And this is what the heroes like a lot of times. I mean, that is why the police kind of hate them and love them at the same time. Because, yeah, they catch the villains, but also they wreck the city, and also there's a lot of paperwork after them. No suggestion that the hero should have a look. I mean, it would be really easy. Your way is more fun, but don't get me wrong, but it seems like a little, what's the word? Presumptive? Red often, and Nora snaps her fingers towards her boyfriend. Yes, presumptive. They thought it over for a minute, then I nodded. Get the point, he said, turning towards the red woman and spoiler. I Nora flashed a smile. There's a high chance they truly were robbed, and if we ask, I'm sure they'll answer our questions. I mean, they would definitely say that yes, we were robbed. Even if they weren't. I'm not so sure about that, and they would counter, holding Nora to cross her arms and frown. In all my experience, if the asking doesn't usually work out, they may say all you had to do was ask, but they don't really mean it. Exactly, Cora maintained. As much as I don't like the idea of going to a camp that's the other, they won't just let us walk in. I mean, I can offer you a compromise. Some of you sneak in. The others go in the front door and ask. Divide and conquer, right? So you can get two sides of the same story. Maybe, I replied. It might turn towards the impatient Nora. You heard. As much as she liked her with a spoiler, they were both being too far stubborn in her eyes. I mean, just like any other heroes. I mean, this is what some of the villains actually said that, oh yeah, sure, Mr. Hero, Mr. I am right and you are wrong. Right?
Yeah, could be.
And they shared one thing with her, and the trio continued to debate the proper course of action. Nora looked down at the scene. A lone car was driving by, a white van emblazoned with ice cubes and the floor bare. It continued far down to her and left her side. No one was focused on that, however. Ah, screw it, she muttered under her breath. None of her friends heard that, caught her, as she jumped out of the building, aiming for the building's entrance. I'm just saying, I don't ask your job. And Hamid insisted. And I understand that, but I feel that in this instance, we can give them a benefit of the doubt, and calling implied. Well, I moved to support her of her boyfriend, the board, and she finally noticed something. I mean, yeah, what would you do if you became the boss of a corporation that the previous boss messed up? That he was infamous for doing illegal business. You wouldn't be able to do anything to kill your name or kill the company's name. So yeah. Let's be landing. You're going getting ice cream. Yes. And the woman just her look and then turned around inside the room. To the vigilance around, no one indeed gone, and no one to be seen. I didn't think she was unnaturally quiet, because I've been quietly sitting, entirely berating herself for missing an obvious blind spot. He had been by his side, and pressed his finger to his ear, already knowing where she had gone. Where are you? He asked, and Nora immediately responded, "This way." Nora responded, followed by a light tapping, as he looked at the glass door. "Hello, sir. My name is Big Lightning. We are investigating by some of the control of technology, but inside the Kangaroo's bombed. Would you mind if we? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, wonderful. Thank you." What happened? For that. Feeling how giddy Nora was over the radio. "He's letting us in, and he's calling the CEO over right now," Nora answered. She was met with my silence, and she chuckled. "And you wanted to sneak in? Silly superheroes, you." Amused and not surprised, Ran smiled, and she whispered, "Only you, Nora. Only you." He muttered to himself, and Nora again. I mean, this is why most of the corporations are angry towards superheroes because they are sticking around. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I see how.
Trying to catch us in the act of our daring, evil deeds. Grr.
Yeah, we can do this one paragraph more. Well,
Okay.
one scene more. I will say it my voice because we are here gonna record some necessarily afterwards.
Okay.
No, I don't know what type of song she is humming, but she's having having fun. You know what? He was humming the Condiment King theme song.
Let's go with that.
I don't know how it sounds like though. So. The hums to herself as she gave her leg back and forth along the chair as she sat upon. A warm grin was set across her face. She dismissed herself, and the rest of the heroes sat in chairs next to her along the wall. "I can't believe that actually worked," Paula whispered. The skin grew whiter, showing her fairly white teeth to the world. Despite herself, Paula choked and chuckled as she cried, then looked at her. "Tell me, Is she always like this? Yes, and I said friendly. There's just a smile to Nora. But it is part of her charm. Oh, Lotus! Nora cooed. Again, going brighter and taking her hand to the side. Her smile faintly back. Then the group fell back into a comfortable silence. The minutes flew by, and nothing of note occurred. I wanted to spin her to admit it, thought I was going on her board, but at the same time, she hoped she remained bored. When things got interesting, is when things went wrong. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, a black sedan pulled in front of the control building. It followed an outside a tall man with short brown hair dressed in a brown suit, white undershirt, and a dark red tie, so a normal businessman. He hastily pressed away the wrinkles in his suit, trying to make himself look presentable. Then strode into the building, straight towards them. Heroes! I apologize for the wait. I have to admit, I didn't expect a call from the office at this hour. I mean, yeah, it's the middle of the night, isn't it? He didn't them as he entered the building. Then, Nora has remained as spoiler stood up to meet him. Nora wearing a happy look, while Ran remained neutral. Despite good apparent cooperation, however, Ran remained as spoiler couldn't have, but gave a small frown. It's no problem, Gentleman said. We apologize for bothering you on such a short notice in the middle of the night. I appreciate you coming to speak with us personally. I would imagine so. Daniel Powers, CEO of Rose Club, at your service. Daniel Powers extended his hand in an offering, but only Nora felt inclined to shake it. He frowned, then signed in acknowledgement. This isn't a courtesy call, is it? I'm afraid not, Paula answered, crossing her arms while Robin projected an image of a small, circular device inside a tomb. This is a highly advanced aerosolizing chamber developed by Control's Research and Development teams, not yet available on the market due to pending government review. I know what it is, Howard admitted with a sigh. What about more promising development, if I say so myself? Promising enough to be used in a fear gas bomb, pointed out. Having silence fell over the group, and they all sat at the middle-aged CEO, only broken on one side and final side. Yes, that was unfortunate, Howard stated, rubbing the back of his head. But I assure you, Control had nothing to do with that. With that strategy. There's missing a one.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't mind, we would like to take a look around to see for ourselves. What I said, and to was satisfied, Mr. Power nodded in agreement. Of course. In fact, I will show you around myself. Mr. Powers offered. Edmund raised his eyebrow towards the CEO in disbelief and crossed his arms. You are being awfully cooperative. I mean, well, if what he's saying is right, why wouldn't he be, right? Edmund pointed out, and Mr. Powers led them to a nearby elevator, opening it up with a keycard. It's why I was brought on board, Mr. Powers explained. After what Goldschroff's illustrious found that in all those years ago, the boss felt in the need for a different approach. We found ourselves in a transparency to the public, the media, and authorities. As a result, being an anti-cell almost made Team Take was more than knowledgeable about corporate speak. Being open to everyone in this scenario meant we have been in the social PR campaign for the past few years, keep our company afloat. After I found I got arrested for making a supervillain. So let's go for a talk in Tim's opinion. Still, he was being cooperative, so I have him put aside his suspicion. For now, at least. Please feel free to respect anything you see fit. I was often and the elevator ascended to the highest floor of the building. For as long as you desire. We will. Thank you, Mr. Powers. For I said, giving a sharp look to the back of his head. If I not seeing her there, I was terrified in as I once again. I know you suspect me and my company. Honestly, I'm not all that surprised. Ford admitted, and his face while the hero looked on in astonishment. Was very neat to that man, frankly, unforgivable, and I've been trying to rise this company ever since. Then how did Goku technology get into Skygo's head? Gentleman asked, as the car door opened. The frown on his face, and the powers beckoned them to enter. A pale look on his face, as though what he was about to say flicked hurt him. But he saw them too, and looked them all in the eye. About a week before Skygo's attack, he began leading them towards his office. Gotham R&D building was broken into. Several pieces of experimental technology were stolen, including the aerosolizing chamber, that's a hard one, utilized in the fear bombs. What else? The heroes all shared a look. They had always that had always been a possibility. They had even discussed it before leaving your job, but I have made a spoiler, the world convinced Powers was telling the truth. I was skeptical, but at the same time, many teams with the benefit, where Nora gave every appearance of taking the man at his word. We literally have the Bad Cop, Good Cop, and the Neutral Cop. And also, hi. Come here. The Defenders member suddenly hoped that everything would prove to be as straightforward as he claimed, but behind her guileless smile, he was at alert for anything suspicious and others. Powers for his part seemed to take the two veterans' suspicion inside, then flashed his keycard over a scanner. You will find everything you need to conduct your investigation in this and the agent rooms. Below files, financial transactions, emails, and more. I mean, if you have without proof that they were being stolen, I mean, you can still act it out, but that would be more helpful. Please feel free to use me and the resource as much as you like. Once more, the hero shared a look. Then, as once, they looked toward the CEO and nodded. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Powers, Nora said, with a warm smile as she and her friend got to work. Powers smiled back and nodded. You are welcome, miss. I'm to help. And I'm gonna copy this here, and we are gonna end in this mode. I mean, you can tell my logo is just looking around. Just standing on my arm. Oh, because another dog is here as well. I mean, this is a small part, but that's fine. We are ending here because it's a good stopping point. Okay, as I said, I mean, I was literally on the point the whole time that, oh yeah, this was just a fake villain. It was also, they could just use the front door. I mean, yeah, if the company wants to clean their names, then they would definitely allow the heroes in with no problem. But once again, if I were to become the boss of that corporation, I would just stop the corporation from being there at all after that scandal. Because there's no way to clean his name. You can make a new corporation, but you can't continue that same one. You have to build a new corporation from the beginning. Because the name is gonna be there even if you are cleaning it mostly. People will still think about the the previous boss who created the super villain. They will always be skeptical.
Sure. Then what would you do as Daniel Powers and you are innocent?
And I mean, this is what I said. Yeah, I would just
Yeah.
stop the whole company from being and make a new company to begin with.
Okay.
I mean, that would actually mean that they would have to stop all the ongoing projects as well. That's a problem, but and they wouldn't be able to do them again because then, oh yeah, they are just a continuation from the other corporation, but no, they have to start from the ground up.
Okay.
I mean, that's the only way to stop people from talking and being suspicious. But I believe that he is actually telling the truth. So funny enough, we are having a crossover again. Because we have Mr.
Really?
Powers in Italy as well. And he is on the scene. And he is wearing a brown suit. I mean, it's more like orange. And he is having a brown hair.
Interesting.
Daniel Powers? We don't have Daniel Powers. And it's not a picture of him. So it might be a new character that not even shows up in the comics. It's fine. So I'm gonna imagine this power as him for now. I mean that makes sense because that guy is actually just a Macon bear. Okay, they are having a good investigation. They have all the resources. They can check everything. That's fine. They don't need to sneak in because they wouldn't find anything either way if they are just letting everything to look out for. So they are literally giving full access to everything. It's much easier than sneaking around. But yeah, it's almost been an hour. It's been 15 minutes. And yeah, the next healing is gonna be in 4 days. That's gonna be I wish that's all this. Afterward, we are having another part of the element of justice, and then we are getting hero of justice or hunter of justice. So the same thing as this week.
Fantastic.
I will set it up after the stream, so you will be able to see it.
219.
But yeah, thank you for being here, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Voicing. We have another cameo.